Back from holidays now, well, let's have an overview on the economic challenges of the world with the chairman of BNP Paribas, Jean Lemierre. Hello.
Hello.
Mr. Lemierre, what are the main uncertainties that you see going ahead?
There are always uncertainties in the economy, but you are right. There are a few ones which are crucial today. The first one is China. China is changing their economic model. It's difficult, takes time, can be painful. And of course, in this process, you see of adjustment, you see tensions. And we have seen tensions. There were bubbles. These bubbles have been addressed, and it has created some kind of shock. You know, people were surprised, but it was inevitable. The second question, which is key today, is what's going to happen in the US. The American economy goes well. They do remarkable track record over the last months. So it raises the challenge of the monetary policy. What the Fed is going to do, they have to address the problem. And these two questions, China, US, creates volatility. And the volatility has been quite high over the last weeks. It may remain quite high over the next weeks, but mainly it may expand to the emerging market countries, which is quite new. We haven't been used to this for quite some time.
And we'll address this question on emerging markets at the end of the show with François Faure. But now back to the Chinese structural model. There is a transition. At the moment we had some volatility, but don't you think it's better to have it today instead of the burst of a bubble tomorrow?
Yeah, a small shock is better than the big shock. You are right. This is probably the bottom line. Since 2008, 2009, the Chinese try to adjust. They have understood that the traditional model driven by export was maybe not over, but couldn't be the only model. And they had to shift to a different type of growth, led much more by domestic consumption and by investing in the modernization of China. So they have understood it. There were probably too much liquidity fueled into the economy. It has created bubbles once more. They had to adapt step by step without hurting too much the economy. They have also to get rid of overproduction capacities, which have created problems in some industries. This is not easy. I think they do it in a brave way. It's much better to do it now than tomorrow. The adjustment is probably, hopefully, less painful today than it would have been tomorrow. So we should welcome what they do. And we shouldn't be too much surprised by the impact of this adjustment process. But of course, it has an impact on the world economy. And probably you will discuss this later.
Yes, beyond the Chinese uncertainties, the US uncertainties, next we have the Eurozone. What are the criteria that you still monitor till the end of the year?
Well, Eurozone, not too bad. Not too bad. The Greek story hopefully has been fixed in a very mature way. It's not easy to address this type of questions in a democratic process, and it has been done. It has taken time. It was very visible. There were discussions. But at the end of the day, an agreement was reached, and I'm very confident the Greek authorities will implement the agreement. So, done. The economy is supported in Europe by the low interest rates, by the level of the euro, by the low level of price of energy, which is good. This can be supported by a reform process, like in Spain. It's well done, and hopefully the other countries will use the opportunity to move forward to support growth. But once more, the Eurozone is on track.
Thank you very much, Jean Lemierre, for this overview on the uncertainties in China, the US and the Eurozone. Next, we join William de Wilder for the graphic of the month. Stay tuned.